father was a teacher. My mother was also a teacher. And my mother told me, no matter what happens, you can go up and down in business, but you'll always have your education. There's nothing more important than education. Since I owe so much to education, and I owe so much to the United States for all the opportunities that I've had here, I thought I would dedicate 5 years of my life to giving back to the community, to trying to help this enterprise move forward. But I liked it so much that I stayed a little more than 5 years, 23, to be exact.
Stiefel Laboratories was founded by my great-great-grandfather, John David Stiefel, in 1847. I always knew I wanted to be part of this company.
When I was a young man in my business, I said to my wife, I can't believe that they're paying me money to do this. This is about the most fun you can have as a businessman, because I got to see all kinds of different businesses and have an impact on them.
From the time that I was young, I always wanted to be a doctor, but I never really saw myself being involved in the initiation and startup of cutting-edge technologies.
When I was in law school, I wasn't sure whether I wanted to be an art dealer or go into business.
I was the only person in my high school that used to work in the summers, and I used to remember buy a lot of soups from my family. From my mother's side had a very large soup factory, and then I used to go and sell them myself in the market, and always figure out a way, or we used to go and resell lemonade. We used to always figure out a way to keep busy and try to make money since I was very young.
I was finishing up at FIU when someone came in while I was selling sheets at a retail store, and they said, you're a very good salesperson. I'm going to teach you to be an insurance person. I said, nah, who wants to be an insurance person? That's for old men. Lo and behold, this person ended up training me and taught me how to become an employee benefits expert.
I was raised in Miami for 45 years, and I've got about 20 cousins, and they're all professionals, and I am the youngest of the 20 cousins. So I had a very good upbringing and who to follow. But ultimately, my wife is the person that I can truly say that is the reason why I am where I am today and my success.
There's really two very important things a good CEO has to have. One is an understanding of the very few things that drive the business. And I think the other thing, and maybe most important thing a CEO has to have, is perseverance. He has to have very thick skin, has to have a lot of stick-to-itiveness, and focus on what he wants to accomplish and don't let anybody stop it. My wife always says that I've accomplished a lot more with perseverance than I ever did with any other skill. So I think maybe she's right.
There's many different management styles that can be successful. My personal style is more egalitarian rather than dictatorial. Perhaps the unifying concept is the people. I don't know of any business that's ever succeeded without having great people.
My philosophy is my employees do not work for me, but they work with me.
The most important characteristic of a leader is the capacity to lead by example.
I was always very young and working with people who had a lot more experience and success than I did. And what I learned from it was to be a leader, but also to be respectful of other people and their presence.
The way I have really built my life and my career is by being honest and being truthful. And that, to me, I think is one of the most important aspects that you can have as a business owner.
I just completed a study of 31 very successful CEOs. We found number 1 was persistence, number 2 was intelligence, number 3 was energy, number 4 was relevant experience, and number 5 was judgment. The first 4 are God-given, but judgment is something that as you get wiser, not older, as you get wiser, will grow. And wisdom stems from self-knowledge. If you understand who you are, you understand your life history, you understand your personality, you understand how you deal with different situations, you will be able to make more effective decisions for your institution.
To me, life is not about business, and work is really an opportunity to better yourself and better your community. And that all aligns to some sense of personal reward and balance.
A happy life is a balanced life. I've been an art collector for many years, and I'm a wine collector. But my real passion is golf. And I think golf is the best outlet for me because it's something that keeps you very humble.
I've always been interested in boating all my life. When I was growing up, we'd spend summers on a lake.
My principal hobby is reading. Reading and thinking about what I have read.
I love sports. I love participating in sports. I love watching sports, and that's a great stress reliever.
I own the largest soccer team in my home country, in Bolivia, and probably one of the greatest satisfaction is turning on the TV and seeing them play every Sunday. So if you can make soccer a great family and a great business, I think, I live a pretty successful and happy life.
One of the keys to my success, I believe, has really been to be part of this community. Giving back to your community keeps you balanced. What kind of world do we live in if your leadership turns around and gives their back to the very community that has put them in the position that they're in?
Coming from parents that were immigrants from Cuba, and we didn't have everything. I know what it is not to have a bike. I know what it is not to have something. Bringing a smile to somebody's face is probably one of the most important things that we like to do.
Our greatest contribution, I would say, to humanity more than to community has been our involvement in the one laptop per child, or better known as the $100 computer. We're able so far to provide over 1 million computers to children around the world.
Last year, we donated money to build a dermatology hospital in Africa. The opportunity to make a difference in the lives of other people is probably the most rewarding aspect of my job.
As a leader in this community, I feel honored that the South Florida Business Journal would consider me as an ultimate CEO. And it's an incredible, incredible feeling to know that there are people out there that do recognize hard work, perseverance in my career.
It's an acknowledgement of the hard work that the people who have been supporting me and who are around me have done.
Hopefully my kids will think I'm the ultimate DAD, which is Dad. I think it's an honor, a privilege, and something that I've never dreamed about.
When you're a good employee and you're doing a good job, somebody's going to go and pat on your back and say, good job, or they're going to give you bigger bonuses, or they're going to raise your salary, or you're going to get promoted. As a CEO, you don't get those recognitions. So getting an award, and people who really have nothing to do choose you to be an ultimate CEO is great, because that's a recognition to what we do every day.
Based on the selection of recipients, I thought this is a really nice honor.
It's quite an honor. It's obviously a recognition of years of being a business leader.
My father would have wondered why, my mother would have said, of course. I think it's a recognition that the 23 years here have meant something, that they've been important, for the institution and for the community. I'm thankful to the judges, whoever the mysterious group is that selected me.
The ultimate CEO is a great title. It's a very happy title. It's an enthusiastic title. I think everyone aspires to be the ultimate anything. To be even considered as the ultimate CEO is very flattering and a great honor.